12 R&B deaths. 12 stories that stopped the world cold. You've sung these songs at cookouts, slow danced to them at parties, cried to them alone in the car. But the stories behind how these artists left us, some of them nobody was ready for.
And I say, brother, help me please.
Not the fans, not the industry, not the people standing right next to them when it happened. Let's get into it. Number 12, Frankie Lymon. And here's something most people don't know. In February 1968, Frankie Lymon was finally about to make his comeback. A new record deal had just been signed. A studio session was booked for the very next morning, so he celebrated. You have to understand who Frankie was before the fall. In 1956, he was 13 years old. 13 singing lead on Why Do Fools Fall in Love, a song he helped write. It hit number 1. Overnight, he went from a kid harmonizing on a Harlem street corner to performing around the world, the first black teenage pop star in American history. At 13. But here's what the spotlight doesn't protect you from. By 15, Frankie Lymon was addicted to heroin. Introduced to it, by his own account, by a woman twice his age. The industry that built him had no infrastructure to catch him. And when his soprano voice changed with adolescence, the sound they'd sold to the world, they moved on, just like that. He spent years trying to get clean. Joined the army, married 3 times, worked small gigs, and then in 1968, it genuinely looked like the other side was finally in reach. New label. New session, tomorrow morning. On the 27th of February 1968, Frankie Lymon was found dead on his grandmother's bathroom floor in Harlem, a syringe beside him. He was 25 years old. The recording session was scheduled for the next day, and 3 different women simultaneously claimed to be his legal widow. If you've ever watched someone get so close to turning it all around and still not make it, you know that silence has a weight to it. We're just getting started. Number 11, Florence Ballard. She named the group. Let that sit for a second. When Berry Gordy signed those 3 teenage girls from Detroit's projects to Motown in 1961, it was Florence Ballard who chose the name. The Supremes, not Diana Ross, Florence. She assembled them. She was the engine, and for a while, it was everything. 16 top 40 singles, 9 number 1s. Their faces on every television set in America.
Ooh, please don't leave me all by.
You've heard them at your grandmother's house, at Sunday dinner, at every black family gathering where the music got turned up just a little past appropriate. The Supremes were everywhere. But here's what was happening behind the curtain.
No more, baby, baby. Ooh, baby.
Berry Gordy began pushing Diana Ross to the front. Florence's voice so powerful, she reportedly had to stand nearly 2 feet from the microphone in studio sessions because she overwhelmed the equipment was getting moved further back.
Don't you want me no more?
And then in 1967, she was removed from the group entirely. No big announcement, no public explanation, just gone. She sued Motown for royalties she was owed. She lost. Her husband left. The house went into foreclosure. By the early 70s, Florence Ballard, one of the founding members of the most successful girl group in American music history, was living on welfare in Detroit. That's not a metaphor. That's where she actually was. She was making a comeback in 1975. Small shows, local stages, people were starting to remember. And then on the 22nd of February 1976, Florence Ballard died of a coronary thrombosis. She was 32 years old.
Baby, 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 don't leave me.
Her story is what inspired Effie White in Dreamgirls. Some people think that's enough of a legacy. I'll let you decide.
You wanna leave me, baby, baby.
Real talk. Only 9% of you are subscribed. That hurts. We're spending hours digging through archives, fact-checking every detail, bringing these stories back to life. And if you're watching this far, you clearly care. So hit subscribe. It's free and takes 2 seconds. Now, to my subscribers, barely any of you have joined the membership. And honestly, that stings even more. You know the work we put in. You keep coming back. If these videos have ever made you feel something, if this music means something to you, join the membership. It's $1 coffee a month, and it's the only way we keep this going. Let's build this together. All right, back to it. Number 10, Tammi Terrell. The 14th of October, 1967, Marvin Gaye and Tammi Terrell are mid-performance at Hampden-Sydney College in Virginia. They're singing Your Precious Love, one of the most beautiful duets in Motown history. And right there on that stage, Tammi Terrell collapses and falls directly into Marvin Gaye's arms. The audience didn't know what they were watching, but they were watching the beginning of the end. She was 22 years old when doctors found a malignant tumor on the right side of her brain. And here's what doesn't get talked about nearly enough. Motown kept releasing music under her name even after she was too sick to record. Some of those later recordings credited to Tammi Terrell were actually performed by another singer entirely, Valerie Simpson, overdubbed onto existing Marvin Gaye tracks. The industry kept her image alive while she was fighting for her life. She underwent 8 brain surgeries over 3 years. 8. By early 1970, she was confined to a wheelchair. She lost her vision. She weighed 93 pounds. On the 16th of March, 1970, Tammi Terrell died. She was 24 years old, just 6 weeks before she would have turned 25. Her mother was so furious at how Motown had handled her daughter's final years that she banned almost everyone from the label from attending the funeral. One exception. Marvin Gaye, the man who caught her when she fell, was allowed in. He delivered the eulogy while You're All I Need to Get By played behind him. He never fully recovered. Biographers say her death drove him into the depression and withdrawal that eventually became the grief inside What's Going On. Some music carries loss in its bones. That album proves it. Number 9 is Nyx. Number 9, Gerald Levert. When Gerald Levert died on the 10th of November, 2006, the initial report said heart attack. That's the word that went out first. And a lot of people accepted it and moved on with their grief. The truth was more complicated. And in some ways, much sadder. Gerald Levert was the son of Eddie Levert from the OJs. R&B was literally in his bloodline.
What you mean to me, stay, babe.
He'd been working since he was a teenager, first in the group Levert with his brother Sean, then as a solo artist who had the kind of voice that filled a room without trying.
Can't you see how much I really love you?
If you've heard him sing Baby Hold On to Me as a duet with his father Eddie, you know that performance was something different entirely. That's the kind of music that plays at someone's wedding and still makes the older cousins go quiet. He was 40 years old, not even approaching the end of what should have been a long career. But he'd been dealing with serious chronic pain, a shoulder injury, Achilles tendon surgery in 2005, and he was managing it with the prescriptions he'd been given.
On my knees for you, babe.
Vicodin, Percocet, Darvocet, Xanax for anxiety, over-the-counter antihistamines, each one technically accounted for. But together, in that combination, in that quantity, his body couldn't survive it.
And I want you to be my wife.
He was found at his suburban Cleveland home. He died in his sleep. The autopsy ruled it accidental intoxication. His brother Sean would be gone just 16 months later. Eddie Levert lost both of his sons. I don't know what you do with that sentence. I'm not sure there's anywhere to put it. And we're still at number 9. Number 8 is coming.
Woman just like you in my life. So let me...
Number 8, Jackie Wilson.
That's why I love you. Keep on loving.
The 29th of September, 1975. Jackie Wilson, Mr. Excitement, the man with a documented 4-octave vocal range, the man Elvis Presley openly credited as one of his greatest influences, is on stage at the Latin Casino in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Gotta stand up, face the world. Baby, that's why you love.
He's mid-song. The song is Lonely Teardrops. And in the middle of it, on the words, "My heart is crying," he falls. The audience starts applauding. Because this is Jackie Wilson. He moved like nothing you've ever seen. It looks like a stage moment.
Just keep it up.
But Dick Clark, watching from the wings, senses immediately that something is wrong. He signals the band to stop. Jackie Wilson had suffered a massive heart attack. When he hit the stage, the fall caused serious brain damage. Cornell Gunter of the Coasters, who happened to be backstage that night, ran out and performed CPR, keeping Wilson alive in those first critical minutes. He was rushed to a hospital. Briefly regained some movement in early 1976, took a few unsteady steps, and then slipped back into a semi-comatose state and never came out of it again. He spent the next 8 years in a nursing home. 8 years. During that time, his management never resolved the royalties owed to him. He died on the 21st of January, 1984, at 49, owing money to Brunswick Records and hundreds of thousands in unpaid taxes. He was initially buried in an unmarked grave. And you know what's wild? His 1,957 single Reet Petite was re-released in 1987 and hit number 1 in the UK. Posthumously. He never got to know. Some recognition just arrives too late. Number 7 takes us somewhere even darker.
Your love lifted me high.
Number 7, Donny Hathaway.
Take
The 13th of January, 1979. Donny Hathaway has just finished a recording session in New York with Roberta Flack. They're working on their second duet album together. His career is in a genuine resurgence. The Closer I Get to You had just gone top 2 on the pop charts, top 1 on R&B. He has dinner with Flack at her apartment. Things seem by any reasonable measure like they're trending in the right direction. Then he goes back to his room at the Essex House Hotel, 15th floor. At some point that night, and this is the part nobody fully understands, the glass from the window is carefully removed, not broken, removed. Laid neatly on the bed. His body is found on the sidewalk below. Donny Hathaway had been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. His illness had derailed him before it drove a painful rift with Flack in the early 70s. Years of hospitalizations, deep instability. He'd been wrestling with it through all of his greatest work. His death was ruled a suicide. His family and his closest friends refused to accept that conclusion. The door was locked from the inside. No signs of a struggle. The question has never been fully answered. But here's the detail that doesn't let go. His final recording that night, the last thing he put on tape, was a song co-written by Stevie Wonder called You Are My Heaven. That's what he left behind. And when Flack finished the album after his death, that song, Hathaway's final performance, became a posthumous hit. A voice singing about heaven, the last thing he recorded before he was gone. He was 33 years old. Number 6 follows. And this one has a twist that hits differently. Number 6. Lisa, Left Eye, Lopes. The 25th of April 2002. Lisa Lopes' Left Eye from TLC is in Honduras. And here's the thing you may not know. She wasn't there by accident. She was there intentionally. She had rented a compound, gathered friends and family, and was filming a documentary about her own spiritual journey. Every day of that trip was being recorded. A few days before she died, a tornado ripped through the area they were staying. Lisa talked about it on camera. She said she felt something was following her, that she sensed something was trying to get her. She said it on film, recorded. Then, earlier on the same day she died, a young boy was hit by a car near where they were staying. Lisa witnessed it. She said she felt it was an omen meant for her, that she had been close enough to it that the universe had made a mistake. That evening, she was riding in a van with her friends when the driver swerved to avoid an oncoming vehicle. The van flipped. 8 people were in that vehicle. Lisa Lopes was the only one who died. She was 30 years old. And whether you believe in signs or not, she had looked directly into a camera and told us she was filming her own ending without knowing it. That footage exists. Her final days, in her own words, on tape. If you've ever had that gut feeling about something and talked yourself out of listening to it, you know why this one sits differently. And honestly, I'd argue Left Eye is one of the most singular creative voices R&B has ever lost. but I know some people might push back on where she falls on this list. Drop your thoughts on that when we're done. The next 5 entries are a different level entirely. Number 5, Phyllis Hyman. The 30th of June, 1995. Phyllis Hyman was scheduled to perform at the Apollo Theater in Harlem that evening. She was joining the Whispers for their 30th anniversary celebration. Her band had sound checked. Her name was on the marquee. Earlier that afternoon, she was found unconscious in her apartment on West 56th Street. She had overdosed on a combination of sleeping pills and alcohol. She was pronounced dead at 3:50 in the afternoon, hours before the show. And the Apollo show went on that night. Her band performed her songs without her. Some of her relatives were in the audience. The Whispers debated pulling out. It felt wrong to perform up-tempo songs while her body hadn't even been buried. But an Apollo employee told them Phyllis would have wanted the music to play, so it did. Her songs filled that room on the night of her death. Phyllis Hyman had battled bipolar disorder for years. She self-medicated with alcohol and cocaine. She had spoken openly about suicide. Her friends weren't entirely surprised, even if they were shattered. She was 6 days from her 46th birthday. The note she left read, "I'm tired. I'm tired. Those of you that I love know who you are. May God bless you." That's it. That's the whole note.
That's what people say.
And what gets me, what genuinely sits with me, is that she had just finished recording an album called I Refuse to Be Lonely, released 5 months after her death. Every song on it reads now like someone saying goodbye in music because they couldn't say it any other way. Some art tells you everything, if you're listening. Number 4 is the story that's been debated for 60 years. Number 4, Sam Cooke.
Ever since it's been a long.
The 11th of December, 1964, Sam Cooke, the King of Soul, the man with 29 top 40 hits in 8 years, the man who was on the verge of crossover stardom on the level of Nat King Cole, is found dead on the floor of the Hacienda Motel in South Central Los Angeles.
But I know a change gonna come.
He's 33 years old. He's wearing one shoe and a sports jacket, nothing else. The motel manager, Bertha Franklin, says she shot him in self-defense after he forced his way into her office. The courts ruled it justifiable homicide. Case officially closed. His family never accepted it. Here's what the record shows.
Oh, yes it will.
The woman who had checked into the motel with Cooke that night ran out of the room while he was in the bathroom, taking most of his clothing with her accidentally, she said. 1 month later, she was arrested for prostitution. In 1979, she was convicted of second-degree murder in an unrelated shooting. The bullet that killed Sam Cooke was a .22 caliber. Bertha Franklin's registered firearm was a .32. That bullet was never conclusively accounted for.
Just like the river I've been running.
Etta James viewed his body at the open casket funeral and described injuries she said were inconsistent with what the official account explained. 200,000 people lined the streets of Chicago and Los Angeles to mourn him. A Change Is Gonna Come, the civil rights anthem, released as a B-side just weeks after his death, is considered by many to be the greatest song in the American soul canon.
Long time coming, but I know.
He recorded it in 1963. He never saw what it became. Nobody has fully answered what happened that night. And that unresolved truth has lived alongside his music for 60 years.
In a little tent. Oh,
Number 3 is a death the whole world watched happen in slow motion.
down. Somebody keep telling me no.
Number 3, Whitney Houston,
Every step of the way.
the 11th of February 2012, the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Los Angeles. The Grammy Awards are the next day. Clive Davis, the man who signed Whitney Houston, the man who shaped her career, is hosting his annual pre-Grammy party in the ballroom downstairs.
With me, so goodbye.
The room is full of music industry royalty. People in gowns, cameras, industry. 3 floors up, in suite 434, Whitney Houston is found face down in the bathtub. She was 48 years old. The coroner's report found cocaine along with a constellation of prescription drugs in her system. The official cause of death was accidental drowning, with heart disease and cocaine use listed as contributing factors. She had been in the water for an unknown amount of time before she was found. And here's what makes this one different from just tragic decline. Whitney Houston, at her peak, and I mean her actual peak, not what any chart can quantify, was arguably the greatest pure voice in the history of recorded popular music. Not the best among her peers, not the best R&B voice, the best voice, full stop. And she knew it. And the distance between that voice and where she ended up is not just a music story. It's a story about what the industry does to people, about what fame extracts from a human being over time, about the specific loneliness that lives at the center of that kind of visibility. If you were alive on that night, if you remember exactly where you were when the news broke, you know you didn't believe it at first. Some of y'all checked 2 or 3 sources before it felt real. And even then. Number 2 changed the way I think about everything that happens on the other side of a good day.
Love you.
Number 2, Aaliyah. The 25th of August, 2001. Aaliyah is 22 years old. She's just finished filming the music video for Rock the Boat in the Bahamas. The video was supposed to go out the next day. Everything is finished. She's supposed to fly home. And here's where the details become hard to sit with. The plane they board is a Cessna 402B, a small twin-engine aircraft certified to carry a maximum of 7 people. There are 9 people, plus luggage and heavy video equipment, loaded onto it. The pilot had already warned the group before takeoff. The plane is overloaded. We shouldn't go, he said it. They insisted. That pilot was not qualified to fly this particular aircraft. He'd falsified his certifications, and when a toxicology report came back after the crash, there was cocaine and alcohol in his system at the time of flight. What most people don't know, Aaliyah reportedly refused to board. She sat in a car, someone gave her an unidentified pill, she fell asleep and was helped onto the plane while she was unconscious. According to a witness who was there, She didn't know she was boarding at all. The plane crashed on takeoff, 200 feet from the end of the runway. She died with severe injuries. She was 22 years old. Her third album, self-titled, the one with Rock the Boat on it, received 3 posthumous Grammy nominations. Timbaland said after her death, "I lost half of my creativity to her." That line is not hyperbole. You can hear it in the years that followed. One story left, and it is unlike anything else on this list or, honestly, in the history of this music. Number 1, Marvin Gaye. The 1st of April 1984. One day before Marvin Gaye's 45th birthday, he is shot to death by his own father. Let me say that again because it still doesn't fully land the first time. The man who made What's Going On, the man behind Let's Get It On, Sexual Healing, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Mercy, Mercy Me, one of the architects of the Motown sound, one of the greatest artists American popular music has ever produced. Is shot and killed by his father in his parents' Los Angeles home with a gun that Marvin himself had given his father as a gift. Here's what happened. Marvin Gaye had returned to his parents' home in a state of profound personal crisis, crippling debt, severe cocaine addiction, depression, a paranoia so deep, his brother later said he was looking for a way out. He was in the house that morning when his father confronted his mother over a missing document. Marvin intervened. It escalated to a physical altercation. His mother separated them. Marvin went to his bedroom. Minutes later, Marvin Gaye Sr. walked in with the .38 revolver and shot his son twice. The first shot pierced his heart. It was fatal. His father approached and fired again at close range. Marvin Gaye Sr. pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter. He received a suspended sentence and 5 years of probation. A brain tumor was later discovered. Doctors said it likely affected his behavior. He died in a California nursing home in 1998. And Marvin Gaye's brother Frankie, who was living in a guest house on the property and held his brother in his final minutes, later wrote that Marvin's last words were, "I got what I wanted. I couldn't do it myself, so I made him do it." That's not just a death, that's a confession. A tragedy that was years in the making, wearing the shape of one morning. And every time you hear What's Going On Now, really hear it, you understand that the man who made that album was asking a question nobody in his life had a good answer for.